This morning, my cousin and I, we started driving from Los Angeles to Sequoia National Forest. We were driving towards there. And as I was seeing the views and the trees and the nature and all the beautiful mountains, I was coming slowly to some realizations. I was understanding certain things, And here I am sitting next to a nice river. You see, I don't know, let me put the focus there. You see, it's beautiful. But yeah, it's a nice river. And I was like, it's the perfect time to talk about this type of topics because it really connects with what I'm going to talk about. And it's all about us understanding the nature and using the same principles in our lives, right? So I noticed, everything in our life, everything we see in our nature, it has seasons. We got the winter, the fall, spring, summer. Everything is seasonal. Nothing is permanent. Things are always moving. Everything is ever changing, and nothing is, just stopped. Everything is always moving. Energy is always moving around, and that's nature. And a lot of the times we fall in the state of just being complacent. We all fall in the state of just constantly judging certain phases of our life, right? Like sometimes we're like, for example, winter is bad, or summer is bad, or spring is bad. And the reality is that it's just our perspective. And the most important thing is that all of those seasons, they have a purpose within nature, right? And the point that I'm trying to make is that sometimes in your life, certain seasons of your life, you would go through certain periods, and it may not be the most pleasant, but it has a purpose. It still has these beautiful moments, and you can still look at it in a positive way, and you can change your perspective to actually be helpful for you, rather than be pessimistic and negative. Because, for example, let's just say you're working towards a goal and you're putting in a lot of hours and effort, and it may not be coming towards you right away or so quickly, and you may be discouraged or angry. But a lot of the times you got to be more patient. You got to be refining your work. You got to be improving your work and actually strategizing better, and you're gonna get there. That's the truth. There is no secret way to get to a certain goal. And a lot of the times we try to rush the process, and we try to hate on certain seasons. We're like, this season of our life is so bad. I've seen a lot of people, when they make it, they all talk about that grinding phase. They're like, man, I missed that grinding phase when we were just putting in crazy hours and going hard. That was my favorite phase, And you need to embrace those seasons, the seasons of trying and grinding and building you towards yourself, and building yourself, and also, grinding towards your goal, because that's what makes your story special, because I feel like these type of seasons we tend to ignore and downplay, and we all want to the glamour and stuff. But that seasons, when you grow, when you hit your goals, you're gonna be talking about it, and you're gonna be like, wow, I really went through that. I'm really that person, and I really learned a lot of things, And it's all about planting the seeds, just like I said, the nature. Nature, let's just say you plant something, and you're not gonna rush the process when you plant the seed. You're not gonna be like, oh my God, this is not gonna happen. You just let nature do its work, and you just do your own part, And our goals and our vision is the same, nature, you plant a fruit, and you're not like, oh my God, why isn't this apple coming out in the first day or 2 days or 3 days? You just wait, because nature, it's just gonna do its part. So I want you to do your part. This is also a reminder for myself, because I want myself to do my part too. We just lock in on our own things that we're doing, and then nature is gonna take care of itself. These are simple laws of the universe. You drop an apple, it's gonna go down. That's a law of the universe, right? If you plant a seed, it's gonna grow. If you do your own thing, if you do the right things, let's just say watering it, doing all those things, it's gonna happen, right? A lot of the times we are like, oh my God, when is this thing gonna happen? When am I gonna hit this goal? And we just forget about sowing what we are doing, right? We're like, oh my God, why is this goal not happening? But in reality, we got to focus on what we're sowing, our actions, our inputs, and then the seeds, and the seeds are going to flourish, and they're going to give us fruits, which is, the fruits of our labor, which is reaping, from what we sow, right? There's this famous, I'm not sure if it's a biblical quote, but a lot of you guys probably heard that it says, you reap what you sow, right? So that's pretty much the same principle that I'm talking about. And the truth is that a lot of the times you got to just be patient and let nature do its work, At the end of the day, rushing things is not gonna help you out. So you just gotta be patient and do the work. I also learned that you need to accept seasons as they are. You shouldn't judge them, because they all have their benefits. And again, it's the same thing with our lives. We all have different seasons, so we need to accept them, and also cherish them for their own benefits, because they all have a purpose in our lives. So we need to see it in a positive manner. And also we need to take advantage of these seasons, because whether you like it or not, there are opportunities in every single season of your life, right? Because if you're a person of like high goals, a person of like with true ambition, a person of like really hard work and dedication and a huge positive mindset, you will always see great things and positive things in everything that you go through, and the beauty of it, right? Because a lot of times we tend to like be like, oh my God, this is bad, or this is annoying, or this is hard, but there's so many beautiful things and so many positive things that you can take away from all those experiences, and like a lot of great lessons that you can apply for later on. So we need to accept a lot of things and just, you know, take the positives, and again, try our best to improve it and go forward, because we tend to label a lot of things in nature as good or bad, but in reality, it's just our human perspective, our human mind. And from a natural perspective, they all have their purpose. There is a reason why God, you know, created all this. The universe operates in a certain way, and they all work in a unison, in a very like insanely programmed synchronicity, right? So they all have their purpose, and it's just we need to shift our perspective. Our perspective is what we need to change, and that's my message for this video, man, you know, because a lot of the times, a lot of laws that we can learn from nature, it's applicable to our lives, you know, like we are just a small parts of our universe, small parts of our world, and pretty much all the laws apply to us, you know. So if we just take the same principles and apply to us, you know, which is you reap what you sow, it's the same thing. Or like, you know, accepting seasons as they are and seeing the beauty in them. There are so many things you can learn from those aspects of life, which can help you later on in your life, you know. So I think, me, myself included, I need to really like drill this in my mind, because again, just as I said in the beginning, I was realizing all these things as I was like, you know, driving here with my cousin, and I think there's a beauty in all these things that I was talking about, you know. So my message, this is, I wrote it, put in my notes, is that do not judge all the seasons, you know, don't judge them. Live in the now, do your best to perform at your best in the now, in the present moment, and just see the positive in everything and try to get those lessons and apply for the better future, because that's what you can do. That's what's in your control, because the best thing is to worry about our controllables and what's in our power to like change or improve, and everything is going to be all right as long as we have the positive mindset. I've mentioned this in a lot of my videos, but my message is abundance through excellence. When you become an excellent person in all realms, you naturally become abundant. That's my goal, and I want you to help you with that as well. And right now, I don't know if you've seen in some of my older content, I help people with getting, you know, muscular, get jacked. So listen, if you want me to help you out, there is a link in the description and also in the comments. It's in my Instagram. DM me 9 in the Instagram and I'll help you with that. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.